Another thing that I really want to share, you can lean into this knowing as much as it fits you. And as you lean into this knowing that I'm going to share with you, it will fit you more and more every time you lean in. Okay? This is one knowing that you don't outgrow. This is one knowing that truly helps you grow, but grows with you. And that is to see all consciousness as part of the field. The field is the limitless potential of all. It's everything. It's every possibility, every existence, every being, every dimension, every reality, every alternate, every variant. It's you, it's me, it's the God space, it's everything. That's the field. Now, knowing all consciousness is the field, and you are a space within that field, you can communicate with anything, anything. And as you are doing this work with what I teach, what you are here and aligned with is a cosmic consciousness, a cosmic quantum energy, you are coming in at a higher vibrational connection. So anything in the field that you are connecting with in a Acasma session is going to be a higher vibrational being or a higher vibrational connection, period. Done deal. End of story. Not going in any other direction. Yes. Now, when you hold that, anchor that, allow that, because it'll expand, you'll wrap your being around that in so many ways that it's going to really open up your powers and your abilities, because it is like a key to the doorway of you. Because if you had every single power already online at full blast, you'd be like zipping around with uncontrollable with some master suit, like if you could imagine a superhero and he doesn't know how to control his like abilities, and he's just like flying around and lights are flashing and he's trying to get a grip on it all, or she is. Okay. So it's really quite kind of universe and the system and God that it's set up this way, that by us expanding our consciousness, our inner knowing, and our understanding, we expand our gifts and our purposes and our abilities, because they coincide, right? Because as we expand and they expand, we're able and capable to utilize them. Yes? So that's what's happening. So who you are right now is not who you're going to be tomorrow. And that's beautiful. And who you are right now is beautiful. And who you were yesterday, beautiful. But be prepared and be open to the understanding that all of it is divinely aligned for you and for your greatest and highest good. And as you lean into that, work will change. Your session experiences, it's going to change. We've already talked about it in other ways, but when I say you can communicate with the field, that's the part I want you to grab from this space of this conversation. You can communicate with the field, any space in the field. And I'm going to bring back up the story of and how her sister had the severe sinus infection. And we talked about how she blew her nose prior and it was green. And then she blew her nose after the session and it was clear with literal crystals in the tissue, clear crystals. Talked to, communicated with the infection. In the Acasma Quantum Energy session, she did her root, she did her soul, she did her sacred heart, she blessed her shield of love, impenetrable shield of love. She held the session, and then all that she was told and taught to do, and she saw that infection as separate from her sister and taken up shop and home within her sister's being. Now, also, I want to say, her sister understood why she got that. That was a big part of the story that I don't want to just drop here. Her sister knew why she got the infection, because she had been through a really big emotional space in which the infection then was assigned to her, was her physical body trying to tell her her energy was off because of the emotional space she went through. So, okay, so we don't want to just discount it as get rid of the illness. She also had an understanding with her sister that why it even showed up to begin with, which is very important because then it even helps her sister not have to go back there, right? Because her sister then can navigate the next time maybe a little differently so that it doesn't go that far for her where it has to come out in the physical ailment. But and she says, all right, I'm going to talk to this infection. Which it's a space of existence in the field, and we can talk to all energy can communicate, and all energy aligns via vibration. Lifted her sister into a higher vibrational state by utilizing Acasma consciousness flow. She did the blessings and the work, and then she went in and she communicated with this infection and blessed it, offered it a reconnection to source that it could heal and move into a new space of its existence, and told it that this was not the place for it anymore. And her sister blows her nose and it's crystal clear, literally. So you can communicate with the field, and you can communicate with all energy. And again, with Acasma, you can anchor in, shed and drop any spaces that may say anything about connecting and talking to spaces that you would consider dense or darker or something like that. When you're in this space of vibration, you don't even read those spaces the same way. You don't even read them the same way. It would be like, you understand them. Yes, you do. You understand the energetic spaces, but you don't look at them from a viewpoint of you are below them and they have power over you. That's the difference. Remember when we talked about fear? One of the being the new humans, the last two, I think, and I talked about it. Fear is thinking something has power over you or can harm you. When you're doing an Acasma quantum energy session and living your lives anymore, you people are at different spaces of consciousness now, right? You are vibrating differently. So when you're in an experience and everything is in the field, including you, there are all these different vibrational spaces of energies. And anything that is denser, slower, more self-based is not above you. You are coming from your higher light. You are living and anchoring in your wholeness. You are choosing consciously to be your God space. So just allowing yourselves to hear all of this understanding and let it sink into the consciousness, and then allow the consciousness to kind of integrate it and process it according to you. No one here is going to come out of this class and get the same exact outcome or understanding. You're going to have commonalities and similarities. I could ask every single person, give me 1 or 2 sentences about what the class was about, and it would be similar, right? Because you all hear English and speak and can relay, but what your being, your consciousness is processing is much different than what the mind can analytically relay that it heard. Do you get the difference in that? The mind can hear something and tell you, she said, we can talk to energy, but there's a difference between you being able to reiterate that with your mouth from your head and you being able to live that from your being and your heart. Very different. And that's what's happening because you are conscious and you consciously aware, consciously choosing to sovereignly live your lives. You know, I think I said this in the GET on Saturday. You are here more than ever. You are here as in you've arrived at a space of you that you've been really striving to get to for quite a long time. And many of you know this and you've made note to me. You can tell you've arrived at a new space of you. You can tell it fits the idea of what you thought it would feel like, right? So as much as you are here, and you are acknowledging this, you are ever expanding. But it's only going to get better and better because you're just going to enjoy you more. The more you embrace you and love you and nurture you and trust you, the more you are going to enjoy you. And there's no better dance partner ever than you. You will like the music you like. You will sway to the rhythm the way you like to sway. You won't walk on your own feet while you're dancing. There is no better dance partner than you. Enjoy the dance. Enjoy getting to know you, nurturing you, loving you, and finding spaces of you that are ready to awaken. So just lean in, embrace, allow. I don't know how many of you remember, but most all of you have been here since the beginning. But you remember in the very beginning, I used to have a sentence I loved saying, and I still love to say it, and I share it with you today, and you all have been doing it. And I'm so proud of you in the most respectful way. But do you remember when I would tell you to trust yourselves, and I would say, walk on water? Do you remember that? It was a long time ago. It was in the very beginning, around this time last year. That was what I loved to say. I'd say, walk on water. You can walk on water. And you've been walking on water. And you're doing it more and more. All right, beautiful ones. Take what has been given and allow accordingly to what aligns for you, what feels right for you. And if you have feedback, reference anything you're experiencing in your spaces, whether it's self-expansion or with clients or family, I'm always here. Whether it's to share what's going on or answer a question, I'm always here. So I love you, and I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. And thank you for anchoring this higher reality for yourselves and for the planet and for humanity. Thank you. I love you guys.
Love you.
Have a beautiful now.
We love you.
I love you. Mwah. Bye.